Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 German Tech Tree Tank Destroyer, the Grille 15, a vehicle that I absolutely love. And I think a lot of people are justified in grinding it nowadays. In the past, I used to say the Grille was a pretty mediocre tank for most players, and the reason why was because the Grille had some great upsides, great DPM accuracy and mobility, but unfortunately it had big downsides which completely canceled out the upsides, right? It had good mobility, but its reverse speed was only like 14 or 12, which made it almost impossible to actually drive the thing anywhere, because the moment you had to get out, you couldn't, right? That was a big problem with the Grille. Another huge issue with the tank is that its camouflage values were not very good, and you would constantly get outspotted by heavy tanks, by medium tanks across the map, and then it would kind of defeat the purpose of driving a tank destroyer that is meant to be that kind of passive, undetected sniper. However, in the rebalancing that Wargaming did to the equipment changes, they really buffed this tank, because they made it so that tank destroyers get an additional 10% camouflage. And that directly buffed the Grille. But not only that, Wargaming also gave this vehicle gear oil, and that buff was huge, giving a tank which has terrible reverse speed a direct 4 kilometer to 6 kilometer per hour buff, depending on what loadout you're using to your reverse speed, is insane. And it allows this vehicle to now be absolutely dominant. So I've actually been having a load of fun with the Grille. You can see now it reverses upwards of 19 kilometers per hour, which is fairly fast. And you can see just how accurate this thing is as well. It's stupid accurate. So we have the enemy Type 5 heavy, and we're going to activate my Reticle Cali. There you go, nice 550 damage pen, and we back up. Let's put on my Adrenaline so that we can potentially get another shell. Oh my god, that Type 5 got nuked. Well, I'm not able to get another shell into that player, but maybe... Oh, ooh. Aw, darn. But I'm not spotted. That's the funny part. Like, you can see, I just sit here. I'm not spotted anymore. Old Grille, I probably would have been detected doing this, but now I can just sit here. I can shoot the enemy 50 TP. I can move my tank a little bit so that he doesn't... Well, he still blind fires me, which is cringe, because I even moved so that he wouldn't hit me, and he still did. Oh, well. I don't know what our team's doing. I don't know why they're not spotting this position up. I think they allowed that 50 TP to cross for free, but either way, we've already done pretty decent in this game. We bled out the enemy a bit, and we've done a little bit of damage. Now we can see that our Grille is dead somehow. I really don't know how, but he is dead. The enemy team has a Sheridan. They have, oh, an E3 over here. I'm aiming on that E3 really quickly. Aiming. Not able to HE the E3, but that's still a 520 damage pen. And we're not detected or anything, so I'm going to reload. 3, 2, 1, and boom. There you go. That's another easy penetrating shell into that enemy E3. That player's still completely locked down, and now they have finally moved in the cover. Okay, well, trying to think of what I want to do here. I have to be really careful, because that Foch could very easily take me out of the game. But I also could potentially clear this Sheridan if I'm able to get a nice high explosive into their tank. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to aim in a high explosive. There you go, 934 hit points into that player. And that, well, that kind of just ruined the Sheridan's capabilities, didn't it? I'm trying to think of exactly what the best play to make is right now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here, and we're going to see if that Foch decides to rush me. We're going to load a gold shell to guarantee the pen, and then I'm going to just head over here, put on my Adrenaline, and start to turn, because we can easily clear this Foch just like that. There you go. Super easy pen into that player. I'm still alive, of course. Looks like the E3 is in the base cap, and the Sheridan is still a huge threat, so that's the player that needs to go right now. I just have to figure out how exactly I would deal with this. We still have a 183, though, at least, so that's something. Let's see, we got the Kron, got the Type 5. Gonna keep moving up, and kind of hoping I can obviously get a nice shell into the back of this Kron. Aiming. Boom. There you go. 946 damage into the back of the Kron. That is an insane amount of damage when you actually take a second and think about it. Alright, we're going to reload. We're going to put on my Reticle Cali. The Kron is cooked. There you go. Nice shot into that player. They're taken out of the game just like that. Now I need to move up, and I need to take this E3 out, potentially. That would be the most important play to make, and there you go. 610 damage, the E3 gets shot, and we back up. I actually just realized the enemy Sheridan is dead, so that's not a player I have to worry about at all. That's actually kind of huge. Let's just keep backing up. I know where the enemy E3 is. He's right there, so if I load in a high explosive... Oh, wow. Did the E3 move? E3 must have moved. Okay. Well, I'm just going to pretend like I'm changing positions. I'm going to head over here. I'm going to do this, and then hopefully... Well, it looks like the E3 is still trying to cap. I'm not really sure why this dude's trying to cap the base so hard. I don't think that's the right play to make. Yeah, there you go. He's dead. Alright, I'm going to chill all the way over here. We're going to keep going, and I'm hoping that our teammate is... Oh, perfect. There you go. Alright, let's aim it on the side of the Type 5. Boom! 500 damage, and just like that, Type 5 is taken out of the game. We're up to 6,000 damage at this point, dude. And there's only one tank left that I want to shoot, and that would be the enemy Grille 15. Where did the Grille go? That's the question. Well, there's the Grille, and let's see if there... Oh, our 183 gets the clear. I was kind of hoping our 183 wouldn't, I'm not going to lie, because I really wanted to deal a little bit more damage this game. But we still absolutely carried this. 100% we would have lost this if I did not do what I did. 6,442 damage. We aced the game and completely dominated every single front. And it just shows how good the Grille is, dude. I mean, this here is the Grille 15. This is what it stands for. And it's why I've really started falling in love with it after Wargaming gave it that mobility buff, after they gave it the camouflage buffs, because it did exactly what I needed it to in that game. I sat in the back in the beginning and stopped the enemy heavies from progressing. And then I was able to notice there was a gap on the other flank of the map. We took advantage of that. We saw that the base was being capped. We used our mobility, reset the base cap, backed up, HE'd the Kron, cleared him. I mean... It's basically the OG Grille. Back in the day when the Grille was first released, it featured this level of mobility with this level of DPM and accuracy. And it legitimately allowed the Grille to be the most scary thing in the battlefield. Now, before that, you know, before when the take was OP, autoloaders didn't really exist for the most part. You know, there weren't Progettos rolling around. There weren't T-57 heavies. There weren't 50Bs. So it wasn't as dangerous as it is today. There weren't nearly as many scary tanks, but it's still just the fact that you can kind of get away with what you want in the Grille is what allows this tank to be so darn fun. I'm going to try a spot that I've never tried before. I've used it like once or twice, but I've never actually like tried this position, and it's this little spot right up here. I'm interested to see if this is actually going to work for me or not. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be too effective unless somebody tries poking there, but you never know. Can't shoot the Progetto crossing, unfortunately, but I'm really interested to see if something is poking this corner, because a lot of people do that. Oh, there you go. Ah, darn. Not able to shoot that. We got the AMX M4 as well, and we do have the 183. Okay. Well, because we can see where the enemy team is, we also know where they aren't. So I'm going to move up over here and see if I can support my concept. I think that would be the best play. Love to be able to shoot one of these players as they cross, but I have to hope that my concept will spot them for me when they do that. We have the U-100, which I'm going to load a shell right into with Reticle Cali. There you go. Super easy pen, chunking that player. Running Reticle Cali on this tank does feel insane, I'm not going to lie. Being able to deal that level of damage. E-100 missed me. El Bozo. And... aw, darn. Not able to pen the shot, but it's fine. We're still keeping them at bay, and that's really all that matters in a tank like this, is keeping the enemy in one position. So we can reload, and let's see, we got the Progetto in the back, we have the Type 5 in the back. Let's aim it on that Type 5, aiming, boom, there you go. 577 damage, and we back into cover again. I don't think that Type 5 really knows what to do in this current time frame. We're going to aim it on his tank again. Wow, he actually blind fires me. That's crazy, because I literally pulled in the cover. I guess maybe he was, like, counting that I'd poke that spot again, but that's wild. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of just pure luck from that dude. It doesn't matter. We're doing fine, and bleeding a little bit of health in a tank like this doesn't make a huge difference. What we're going to do right now is we're obviously going to aim it on the enemy 2 and 5B, right on the track wheel. There we go, guarantee the pen, and then we'll drive down, and apparently the 2 and 5B is just that skilled. that he'll instantly hit that shot. We're going to load in a heat shell, and we're going to hit him, and then we're going to drive into cover, and the 2 and 5e does not manage to hit me again. And at this point, I'm not going to poke. I'm just going to wait here. We're going to wait a teeny bit longer. That way, I'm ideally not spotted by this 2 and 5e. So when I poke this time... oh, I am still spotted. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll load a gold shell. We'll get the pen still. I don't know if I was spotted or not. I would have thought I wouldn't have been spotted from that distance, but the Grille still doesn't have the best camouflage value, so it's not too surprising. I have no clue what our concept's doing, why he's so scared of the current developing situation. There you go, nice shot into the 100. That player is cleared. And let's reload again. We got 2 seconds left. We have the enemy E4 who was just poking, so let's see if I can get some damage into that E4. Let's head all the way over here, and let's aim it on the rear of that player. Darn, dude. I was really hoping I could get that shell out, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to, as our team is kind of just full sending that guy. But that's okay. We have the Type 5 Heavy right over here, and because I have such low health, I would assume that the Type 5... Well, never mind. Type 5 is going to shoot me, but that's fine. We still won. We ended up dealing almost 4,000 damage and had an incredibly easy win. But this is what makes the Grille so good. You can see the mobility feels great, and that accuracy, the gun just doesn't miss. And because of that, I love this tank. I really do. And it's funny, because I used to never want to play this vehicle, but giving it that little bit of mobility and allowing the tank to be flexible has just completely elevated its capabilities and allowed me to do top on both of the games that I played. I don't know why this concept was playing so weird that battle. Dude could have easily pushed in at any moment and didn't, but oh well. Either way, this is the Grille. It's a fantastic tank, and I would recommend to grind it, but only for people that actually know what they're doing. If you're bad at the game, it doesn't matter what tank you drive, because you're still gonna struggle. But I would recommend, if you're new, probably go for a 268. Go for a Foch. Probably not this tank. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.